This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. As you know, with the release of patch 4.0, we have war stories now. Be the hero of an epic story-driven combat. Alone or with a friend, you will take part in multiple war stories as you fight to win the day. So let's get in and see what we got. I'm going to try to get back into everything slowly for everybody, just so you know. So we've got an MCHA, which looks like an M4 Sherman, and we've got a new crew, rank 1. So, let's start. I have no idea what we're doing, but I know my way around a Sherman. World of Tanks, War Stories, Brothers in Armor. Summer 1944. 5th Mechanized Corps, outskirts
Not every American tank built was destined for the U.S. Army. Some were transported through the Persian corridor into Russia. From the steelworks of Detroit, straight to the Eastern Front. And it wasn't just tanks that wound up in Russia. The Americans sent experienced combatants, too. Colonel Peters had joined the Russian advance into Romania. With the news spreading that a second front had opened up in France, both sides knew this was a critical turning point in the war.
Alright, so apparently not everything is narrated. I like the comic-y look of it so far. Ambush! Yeah, you guys might not want to sit there. You ready for your first lesson? Training starts now. Yeah, I've only been playing for
From his
going on 4
position
years.
on the hill, Peters and his Russian crew were about to get their first taste of action as a joint force.
Alright. So we're on cliff. I gotta say, it's a little odd seeing it in this light, but it is what it is. Got the Sherman with the 76 or 75, whatever you're gonna call it. Apparently we were supposed to look the other direction.
The Germans had launched a preemptive strike on the Russian armor.
Panzer III? Really?
Unlocking target. Looks like that one went right through. Good night,
Well, that didn't go well for him, did it? Really, another one. And up goes the weasel.
Looks like that one went right through. Enemy armor is destroyed.
So far, so easy. Oh, I shot the rock.
Enemy exposed. Punched a hole in their armor. They're knocked down.
It's a little sloppy. From our flank. Oh no! How could they come from our flank? Alright, so now what? Ah, look. There we go. Little Panzer 3J. Hi, Panzer. I ammo wrecked him.
They're knocked out. That's gotta hurt.
That was a terrible shot. This guy's moving too slow.
Penetration. We barely grazed him.
Now we bounce.
That's gotta hurt.
Well, now we've tracked both sides of it.
We pierced their armor. We just dinged them. Got him. They destroyed one of our tanks. Enemy vehicle destroyed. Penetration. Got him.
Peters knew if he didn't keep his
So
Sherman
far-
moving, he'd end up a burning wreck.
Pretty easy. We got artillery firing at us now? Seems highly unfair.
The enemy knows our location. One of our vehicles destroyed. Enemy exposed. That one drilled straight through. We finished him off. Load it up. Let it rip. Target locked. Enemy in sight. Penetration. Enemy scrapped. I see one of them.
There's that Sherman derp.
Punched a hole in their armor. Long-range fire incoming. Where's that coming from? Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Let's go put a
Look out, enemy
Panzer
spotted.
4D into submission, shall we?
Been detected. We've got a lock. Looks like that one went right through.
With the German tanks routed,
Bye.
Peters looked at his Sherman crew with pride. They had passed their first test admirably.
So, I thought these were going to be like a campaign. These are just training missions. Journey begun. Only 1.2 people or percent of people that play the game have that achievement. Means not very many people are playing the campaign, I guess, huh? Who'd have thunk that a multiplayer game wouldn't have a lot of support for a single player. But anyway, top of the leaderboard, not bad. 12 kills, 2,800 damage, 280 blocked. What else is there? Forging ahead, huh? Can we upgrade it? Just with supplies. Yeah, there's really nothing. We're just gonna try to play straight through this campaign. Give you guys something different.
The German preemptive strike had been fierce, the Soviet losses heavy. Regardless, the orders still stood. The Russian offensive would continue as planned. Colonel Peters suddenly found himself caught up with the push towards the enemy front line. The Russian Shermans had managed to stem the German onslaught, but they lacked the necessary reinforcements to press home their advantage. One thing was clear to Peters: they needed more tanks.
German armor! Northeast, about half a click from here. Doesn't look operational.
It was now a race against time for the Russians. They could make for the disabled tank and turn it against their enemy, or engage the German patrol directly with the remaining Shermans. Peters prayed they would make the right call.
Well,
Peters rallied his crew. It was their turn to strike back at the Germans.
Let's see what this old Sherman can do, shall we? Breaking through the fence. Probably shouldn't drive through our own camp. That's a little bit.
The enemy knows our
Oh,
location.
hello.
Target locked.
I was not expecting you already.
Penetration. Enemy
Good
spread.
night. Where's your friends?
Reloaded.
Let's see where y'all are. Didn't realize this was a base. Should totally capture the base, huh?
Peters had a plan. He'd capture some abandoned tanks and turn them against the enemy.
Yeah, that's the plan. Capture some abandoned tanks and turn them against the enemy. Like this Panzer IV-H. Because... why not? Oops. Sorry, fellas. Hope you weren't in the shower. Alright. Let's capture this one up here. Just sticking to the outside. There's a leopard up here.
Been detected. Target locked. We
You can't run from me. Okay, maybe I'll just miss you.
Enemy armor is destroyed. Dropping target.
You probably shouldn't just sit still broadside on in front of me. Because even I'm not going to miss that very often. Who'd have known that these Shermans were just so amazing? As long as I don't get in a fight with a tiger. Alright, we're starting to get plenty of guys now. Thinking taking the center of the hill will give us high ground and be able to shoot down on bad guys. Plus, it gives us Artie as a friend. And Artie as a friend is always a plus. Come on, Sherman. Get to the top of the hill. Oh, they've got guys up here protecting their artillery. We know that's a lie. This can't be World of Tanks. People don't protect artillery.
Looks like that one went right through.
Come here, Panzer IV. I've got something to share with you.
Fire on target.
Hello?
He's gone.
Anybody else?
Another target.
Man, you guys had half a squadron up here protecting your artillery.
Enemy moving right at us. Looks like that one went right through.
Goodbye.
Chalk up another one.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Right in. He's gone. Find us another target. Ready to fire. Ready to fire on target. The enemy knows our location. Releasing target.
Oh, there's that American accuracy.
That one
Ow.
straight through.
Somebody hit my track.
Target locked. We torched him.
Burn, baby, burn.
Enemy
Disco
down.
Inferno.
We finished him off. Gun loaded.
I'm on my way. Let's capture this next base, and then we'll head towards the main base. Can you believe they damaged my track? Oh, hello, VK3001. Hello. Anybody here? Yeah, just your friendly neighborhood Sherman. Just gonna drive in through the front gate.
They found us. We've got a lock.
Oh.
Enemy exposed.
Oh, okay. Okay, we are taking lots of fire.
No good.
May have been a mistake. Hey, I said I was friendly.
Target.
Alright. That's it. I'm shooting back.
They spotted us. Keep going. Find us another target.
Ah.
Lock on.
Who do you think you are shooting me in the backside?
Find us another target.
Where did he even come from?
Enemies looking right at us. Loaded and ready. Ready to fire on target.
Can we not shoot everything but the tank that I'm shooting at, please?
Looks like that one went.
Howie.
Target locked.
Mercy rolled him.
Ready to fire on target. He's gone. Find us another target.
Well,
Enemies got us in their sights.
I see a light tank. Come here, light tank. Let me love you.
Punched a hole in their armor. Got him.
Let me love you. Well, that was a fun fight. Except for the little guy getting on my backside, you know.
Tracks back
Tends
up.
to be
Go,
bad
go,
news.
go.
So we just gotta hold this base, huh? That was easy
Battlefield
enough.
was littered with the smoking remains of German armor. Peters was thankful they had survived, just. But this day was far from over.
Well, they better start on the repairs, because I'm going to need them. If I let another medium tank up on my backside like that, let me know. That was kind of stupid. We blocked 1,500 damage in a Sherman. That's pretty impressive. Ah, we get some supplies and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Alright, it's back to the garage. Actually getting quite a bit of silver, too, which is nice. I mean, I could always use silver. Get right back in there. Village of CERNU, 1,500 hours. 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
In one bloody morning, the advantage had swung from the Germans back to the Soviets. The preemptive strike had been curtailed. Peters, bolstered with captured enemy tanks, rejoined the main Russian force for the final assault.
Alright. Colonel Peters, reporting for duty, sir. Ah, our American representative. Nice of you to finally join us. We could have done with your unit being here earlier. Well, we ran into some stiff German resistance, General. However, we managed to liberate a few German tanks from their luckless owners. Very good. But get a red star painted on that turret unless you want it to be mistaken for the enemy. The German line is 2 miles west of here. Yeah, I don't have a Russian accent. It doesn't work. Our target is their main base, which lies just beyond the swamps. Capture it, and we will take a huge step forwards. We will not fail the motherland. We are ready to fight for the glory of Russia. Well then, let's not keep the Germans waiting. Roll out.
As they bore down on the German position, Peters was comforted by the thought that, if he fell, he would die surrounded by men he'd be proud to call brothers.
Well, we managed to die, which is not good. And I blame the team. In true World of Tanks style, right? So do we get a start over? Because I feel like we could have done better. Supplies. Ah, yes. Let's get some 100 octane, some repair kit, and that should be fine. So we already got 6 cents on this crew. Sorry about that. Packages. Oh, we can... Oh, yes, please. Give me this 105 howitzer. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now let's see what supplies... Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun now. Wish I'd have known that going in. Push for victory. Alright, so this time we're going in loaded for bear. Or in this case, not bear, but Germans. We've got a 105mm howitzer, which should just absolutely wreck everything that I come up across.
In one bloody morning, the advantage had swung from the Germans back to the Soviets.
Alright, we've seen this part. Let's go to the...
This was it. If Peters could smash the enemy front line, Germany would be pushed out of Romania.
Alright, so we've got 100 octane this time, and we've got the new 105mm howitzer. So we're gonna go get us some of this.
That somewhere out there, enemy tank destroyers were waiting to ambush the Russian advance.
Yeah. Well, if I had to guess, just like last time, the tank destroyers would be on the hill. So if we can take them out early, then we got a chance. But we know we're about to run into a couple heavy tanks here.
Ready to fire on target. Detected. Nice shot.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, Spartan, you only hit him for 150. That's what I'd be hitting for without it, right? Yes.
Vehicle destroyed.
150 every shot. That's like the minimum I'm gonna do. And this is against the front armor of a heavy tank. Ah, there he turned a little bit, so negated a little bit of the...
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Really? There we go, 165 into the side of it.
Enemy's looking right at us.
That was a waste of shot. So what I'm missing out is DPM. But I'm trading that for the big hits that I'll be able to get. Hopefully. So we know we've got...
The enemy knows our location. Dropping target.
that shot. That shot.
Destroyed. We're taking the enemy base.
We don't need repairs,
Ready to fire.
but I might stack up on some more ammo before we take off. Come on.
Focus on this area.
See if I can't ping the map and make them go for it, and that way I can sit back and snipe with my howitzer. Alright, so we've got our ammo. Oh, about flipped my tank. That would have been embarrassing. We do have a light tank. Nice. Panzer 3-4. One kill.
Finished him off. Gun loaded. Focus on this location.
Come on, somebody spot for me. I guess if you want something done right, you gotta go do it yourself. Probably not best to jump off.
Been detected. Enemy exposed.
Here it comes. Shot out.
We got him.
Ow.
I see one of them. She's loaded.
There was a big hit. This is why we wanted to house. Please stay there. Of course, that shot goes all wonky. Come on. And then the moment I fire at him, he takes off.
Enemy armor is damaged. Chalk up another one.
Big hit through the side of his turret.
We lost an ally.
Come on, fellas, don't go crazy. We need you all to live.
We lost a friendly
Somebody's
vehicle.
gotta take
Enemy knows our location. One of our vehicles
Really?
destroyed. They're hit.
Come on, Spartan. Get that shot on target.
Ready to fire. Enemy's
Come
guns
on.
in their sights.
Hit that shot.
Target locked. We got him.
It would help if the shot would actually go where I aimed it.
Friendly vehicle destroyed.
We're down to the last of the bad guys.
Victory was theirs to savor. Peters smiled and congratulated his Sherman crew.
Had a lot more big hits there.
Mission accomplished.
And we didn't die.
The battle had been intense and lasted several hours. The Germans had fought with dogged tenacity, determined to halt the Soviet advance. But the might of the Russian armor proved too strong.
I've been saving this for the right occasion. Uncle Sam's finest military
the German defenses
confections.
had crumbled as
Shot.
the Shermans punched a hole right through them. Now, nothing could stop Russia from knocking the Romanians out of the Axis. This day, this victory, belonged to Peters and his crew.
Colonel Peters, maybe if all the officers in the U.S. Army fought as bravely as you, we'd win this war sooner. Was that a compliment, General? As close to one as you'll get. Say your goodbyes to your men, Colonel. The job here is done. Your papers came through. You're being transferred back to your unit. Do svidaniya.
With the news of his departure still ringing in his ears, Peters found himself surrounded by his fellow crew members. Their shared ordeal had bonded them together. Now, these fresh orders were wrenching them apart.
You take care out there, comrade. No heroics without me, you hear? See you again in Berlin,
Peters
Colonel.
may have missed out fighting alongside his men in Normandy, but here, on the Eastern Front, he had found new brothers in armor he could stand shoulder to shoulder with.
Play this with any tank you own. So that ain't too bad. But anyway, that's a look at the nice campaign mode that they put in, which is nothing more than a glorified training missions. And I'll be honest, they're not bad. The AI seems to be improving from the last time that I was in training and stuff, so the AI is much better. But other than that, it's been quite a bit. I had a lot of fun. So anyway, if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button. Leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.